Hello, welcome to the Citrus Garden. If you're new here, my name is Christina. If you're not new here, welcome back. It's great to see you. This is a reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or if you have any other Sagittarius placements, there might be a message in here for you. So Sagittarius, to get started, I have a few channeled messages which I'm going to read from my notes. So I'm getting a significant energy here of a change in unconscious patterning and habits for you for the better. And what was coming through is that you're removing default trauma software. And so this was coming through as being a shadow integration process. So just to add a little bit more to that, the shadow, which I've talked about in a lot of other readings, is coming through today as being like an aspect of self that developed in order to protect you when you were younger, usually, but that it can become maladaptive and harmful to you and to your relationships if you are not conscious of the fact that you are acting from your shadow. Or if you ignore the fact that maybe you're feeling hurt or stressed or whatever, like that's when the shadow can become maladaptive. But I feel like you're going through this phase right now of integrating that, like becoming aware that this is like a behavioral pattern that you have or something like that, or that becoming aware that there is like a feeling of stress or threat, or be like perceived threat or that kind of thing, or you're feeling, whatever it is, becoming aware of a certain pattern that you may fall into, just as a default, like we all have it. It's not a judgment at all, Sagittarius. And then integrating that, because I feel like the thing about the shadow is that it never disappears. The difference or the key is knowing when to, when the shadow is beneficial, I should say, when it actually is protecting you from something, and being aware of that, right? Like consciousness, awareness. And I feel like what I'm getting for you, Sagittarius, is that you are becoming aware of an aspect of your shadow that has protected you in the past. And you're now lovingly integrating it and changing that behavior to be light, which is really beautiful. And I was also getting this energy of Mercury in Aries, which we are in right now, this transit of Mercury in Aries until May 2nd. So it could have something to do with communication, because Mercury rules over the third house. And this Aries energy is coming through as being like, Aries is very direct. It also initiates things. Like, I feel like it's this very like proactive energy that is coming through with communication, or like maybe even like a certain pattern of how you communicate when you are stressed, or if your body or spirit perceives a threat of some sort. And it could also have to do with like short journeys as well. I don't know how that would relate. Maybe there's something coming through with like if you're driving, or if you're going somewhere, if you're like in your commute, even there may be something about that is coming through for someone. I have no idea in what way. But overall, the message is that there may be fears that are coming up during this time, but you are actively facing them. And there just wants to be like a acknowledgement here for you, Sagittarius, that you're doing a great job, that you're overcoming something that in the past would have been very difficult for you. And so there is an acknowledgement here from your guides that you are doing a great job. And just to close it off, the channeled messages portion, I was getting this image of training wheels on a bike being removed, which is it's interesting because I was being reminded of like my experience as a child with my training wheels on my bike. Like I used to ride my bike so often around the block and things like that. Like, and there was this day where I still had my training wheels on, but they had, because of the way that I rode my bike, the the training wheels had like bent upwards. So if I was going straight, like it wasn't, the training wheels weren't actually doing anything at that point. They were above the ground. And I realized that one day, and so we had them removed. Like, I think it was my dad or my grandpa, I can't remember who, took the training wheels off, and there was basically no learning curve too much for me to like be able to ride my bike without training wheels. But I think it was probably like the first time I took my bike out after that happened, I took a sharp turn and I fell because the training wheels, even though they weren't doing anything as I was going straight, when I turned, the bike would sort of use the training wheels to support me. And that had been taken away. So it's coming through as being like just a gentle reminder to take it slowly. Because I do feel like you are going through a change in habit, but that just to take it slowly, because even though there's something here about like, oh, with the training wheels, whatever they were, we're not doing anything necessarily. There may be some unexpected little bumps in the road, so just being conscious of that. But I am getting a very strong inner child healing with this message as well, Sagittarius. Okay, so that's it for channeled messages. I'm going to pull some cards for you. So, Sagittarius, could I get a message for Sagittarius, please? Okay, too many cards and none of them flipped upright, so I'm going to put them back. Yeah, calcification. Interesting. So I am getting like a strong phoenix energy with this card, like something changing through, but of course fire is also your element. Yeah, heat, fire, and desire. This occurs when there's enough heat in the vessel to transform the nature of that which is solid or fixed. How does calcification begin? With a tiny glimmer, an urge, a desire that builds into a robust flame. On a psychic level, this stage may be an uprising of emotion that has been repressed or dismissed. An uprising of emotion that has been repressed or dismissed. It wants something big to change, to be brought to the light and purified, perhaps a flawed ideology, institution, or outlook. Frustration and anger are wondrous change makers if their heat is channeled with space, time, and awareness. The transformation that occurs from calcification is rarely harmonious. It requires commitment and a willingness to sit through discomfort as old patterns fall into the ashes. The flame initiates sacred change and eventually the phoenix rises. Yeah, okay. So big transformation, but the phrase that was sticking out to me, and that was that there's a big uprising of emotion that has previously been repressed or ignored. It doesn't, again, not a bad thing. I feel like it's something where it's like maybe your shadow was trying to protect you from this sort of energy in the past, but because the shadow is now integrated, and because the shadow is now, or an aspect of the shadow, I should say, is now feeling safe and secure enough, it unlocks an aspect of your desire that I feel like has been, the word that's coming through is muted. And so I am getting this strong, like this feels like something in the sacral chakra. So it could be that for you, doesn't have to be that chakra necessarily. I feel like it'll depend on each person. But because it's also linked to the throat chakra and communication, like I am getting this strong Mercury and Aries energy. This like fire or activation that's happening in maybe your throat chakra. And again, it doesn't have to be limited to just like what you're saying or speaking or messages. It could also be like how you express yourself through art or through your clothing, or like how you relate to other people, any form of artistic expression is what's coming through, like what you wear, how you present yourself. Maybe someone's getting like a change in wardrobe or something like that. Like it could be something as simple as that. Maybe you're changing the way that you do your hair or whatever, like that kind of thing. It does feel kind of like an upgrade or change because this aspect of the shadow is now integrated. I feel like there's something here where there was a fear in doing that before, a fear in this sort of expression before. But again, Sagittarius, make sure that you are taking it slowly. No sharp turns, right? Like that kind of thing. Just getting used to the fact that you don't have training wheels on anymore, right? Like that kind of thing. That's how it's coming through. But if you fall, like it's kind of like that's okay too, right? That's part of the learning process. If you fall, that's part of the learning process. Okay, so there was also this note here about frustration and anger being change makers if they are channeled in the right way. Yeah, old patterns are falling into the ashes. Okay. Yeah, there is something about short journeys that are coming in here. Like, I don't know if like movement, right? Like you're driving from one place to another, or if you're taking public transit or something, you're running errands, like those kind of like short journeys that Mercury rules over. Some sort of transport is important here, but I think it's mostly like, that's the image that I'm getting, but I feel like it's more so talking about movement, right? Okay, what is this change bringing about for Sagittarius? I feel like there's also something here about like you may be feeling a desire to explore something now that you have your training wheels off. Again, reminder to take it slowly. Give yourself time to adjust to whatever this is, and be patient with any setbacks or any like falls, right? Like that kind of thing. Yeah, spring. So the time that I'm filming this, and where I am in the northern hemisphere, we are in springtime now. But this card talks about like something just like coming to life, right? Like it's like the coldness is fading, the trees and the plants are growing. Like it's an effortless sort of awakening process is how that's coming through. So it's really positive. Really beneficial, really like positive beginning energy. We also are in Taurus season as I'm filming this, and you have Quicksilver at the bottom of the deck, which is the card that, or is the metal element that represents Mercury. And it talks about thresholds in this deck. You're on the threshold of something. I actually feel like there's something about like, yeah, a new beginning that I feel like was blocked to you is how it's coming through. Like it, like there was perhaps some sort of boundary or physical barrier to you embarking on this journey, whatever it is for you. Like, and it could be something where it's like, maybe an aspect of your shadow was preventing you from doing this. Like your shadow was maybe like in whatever way that is, like there was maybe some sort of like limiting belief that you had about what you are capable of expressing, or that kind of thing. There's some Canada geese that just flew by. Okay, energy for Sagittarius. It feels really positive. I just feel like this feeling of like this sort of like breakthrough of and that feels really good because it was difficult, right? Like it was something that was tough in the past, or that in the past maybe this pattern caused a lot of like trouble or issues for you in relationships. Like maybe it's something like that. Like maybe there was a pattern in relationships for you that caused a lot of pain or misunderstanding or like miscommunication or something. And it's like this feels so good because you have overcome that, is how it's feeling, Sagittarius. It's like this was a big hurdle in the past that you have overcome. And that's why it feels so good. That's how it feels. like the spring card. This past winter for us, so much snow and so cold. Like it was hard. It was a hard winter. And so that's why spring feels so good, is because the winter was so tough. Like that's how it's feeling for you. With all this heat, right? So if you're not in this yet, Sagittarius, because I feel like for some of you, you may not be feeling the effects of the warmth yet, is how it's coming through. You may not be feeling the warmth yet 100%, right? It may be a process that's just starting for you. That something is slowly melting. It will take a little bit of time for it to reach you fully, but once it does, it's going to feel so good. That's how it's coming through. You are at the beginning of this, though. It's wanting to come through as reassurance for you. If you're not feeling this 100% right now, like it's coming through as a reassurance. It will get better. Yeah, the sea serpent. This is, again, sacral chakra. So I am getting that energy very strongly for you. It's coming through as being like creativity and desire. Whatever that means to you, it's a whole realm of energies. And it will mean different things to different people. But I am getting like a strong energy here of like allowing yourself to want things, is how it's coming through. I'm getting emotional with this now. I feel like there was something here. There may have been an aspect of your shadow that prevented you from going after the things that you want. Maybe as a form of a limiting belief, but also maybe in protecting yourself, right? Like the shadow does act in ways that are protective, but at the same time can be maladaptive if they are if there's no actual threat, right? Like, so what the image that I just saw there, it was that the shadow can sometimes act as like a seed casing, where if the conditions outside, if the conditions, the season, the weather are not correct, like if it's winter, it's cold out, the seed casing protects all the nutrients that are inside the seed. But it's kind of like it's spring now, right? So if it's spring, the conditions are correct now. It's like there's warmth coming back, the ice is melting, and the seed casing does not allow the seed to bloom. That would be maladaptive because the seed never ends up growing. So this is kind of the energy that I'm getting for you. the color blue might be very significant for you at this time, because I feel like it is the sacral chakra, of course. Like, the sacral chakra is coming through as being the seed, like what's inside of the seed, the potential for growth. But that the casing, the hard exterior, what is coming through as a wound, as in the throat chakra, as being like the thing preventing your sacral chakra from expressing itself, right? Like, that's how it's coming through. So I do feel like there may be something here of like, maybe you're experiencing something with the throat, like clearing out an energy of I don't know, for some of you it could literally be that you have some sort of cold or like a pain in the throat that clears something. It doesn't have to be that necessarily for you. It could manifest in many different ways depending on you and your specific story. But I am getting like this energy of like the throat chakra, or this exterior seed casing breaking open in the best way, in a way that allows the seed to grow. That's how it's coming through. This card talks about releasing suffering, like letting go of suffering, expressing your desires clearly, allowing healing to come in where it's needed. Like, that's how, it's just a gorgeous energy, Sagittarius. Yeah. I want to say I'm proud of you, but I feel like that's going to sound a little condescending to some people. The frog at the bottom of the deck. The frog at the bottom of the deck. This card, again, more healing, more vulnerability. It's very emotional, but then you have the hyena underneath that. And I feel like that's part of this energy of like what maybe is going through healing energy, because the hyena talks about like someone who, for example, uses humor or sarcasm to mask what they're truly feeling, right? That's just an example of how the hyena can come through. Whereas the frog is nothing like that. The frog is open, vulnerable, honest. Like, it does feel like it could have to do with like expressing your emotions or how you feel, especially inner child energy, right? Like, if you're it could be expressing how your inner child feels, but it doesn't have to be that necessarily. It just feels kind of like it is related to your inner child in some way. Or it could also have to do with like healing a wound that your inner child experienced. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna pull more cards for you, Sagittarius. Yeah, teardrops, great personal sorrow. I feel it is feeling emotional. Like, again, but I'm seeing this more as like the ice melting, whatever that is for you. That there may be moments where you feel emotional, or that there's like, I don't know. It is feeling emotional, but it like teardrops can also The tear card in the other deck refers to like this sort of like cleansing and being able to see clearly, something that I feel like maybe was being protected. Like I'm getting this image of I use this example so much in different readings, but here in Canada, where we get lots of snow in the winter, and it all sort of gets like if there's been a big snowfall, a lot of it gets piled in like empty parking lots, right? Like you get these like huge mountains of snow, and inevitably like trash also gets mixed in there. And so in the springtime, there's this one lot that I'm thinking of where in the springtime, the snow is all melted, but that pile of trash still remains. And it's kind of like, you may be seeing that. It's something that needs to be cleaned up, but that it, again, this is not a judgment. Trash feels like a harsh word. It just is coming through with like debris or things from the past that caused you harm, or like misunderstandings or pain or heartbreak resulting from, you know, whatever it is. It's just coming through as being like awareness. And with that awareness comes action, or cleaning up or changing your behaviors in a way that would be more beneficial to you, right? Like that's how it's coming through. But it does feel like it's also coming through as being like the relief that comes from understanding what was wrong, right? Like that's how it's feeling, because it's also coming through with like people who have had symptoms of illness, but there was no clear diagnosis. And so it's like what I'm getting for you, Sagittarius, is that there may have been years where you did not understand why this pattern kept repeating for you, is how it's coming through. But now that there's awareness of that, you can change that pattern, right? Now that you have a quote unquote diagnosis, the pattern now shifts. You can do something about it. You can now treat the illness because you know what it is, right? Like that's how it's coming through. It is a very strong shadow energy. And I don't, the words illness, trash, like that kind of like harsh energy does not want to be part of it, because it feels very positive. There may be something about harsh words that's part of it. Again, the Mercury and Aries energy, like maybe part of the wounding has something to do with like harsh communication or wounds that were caused by that. That is just like, that's not serving you, right? Like it's cleaning all that out. That's how it's feeling. Okay. So it is feeling kind of like this like spring cleaning energy of your throat chakra. And I'm also getting like what it is that you hear from other people. Not just what you say, but what other people say to you, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah. So you have fly, a period of ill health and depression, and then hand, in need of help, assistance, or guidance. Very interesting. So you may need help with this. You may be asking for help from someone, or there may be assistance coming to you. Wealth, spear, and dog far away. Okay. You have wealth, spear, and dog far away. So maybe this has something to do with wealth in some way. But I do feel like there's someone at a distance from you. Can I get one more card for the spear? You will receive a gift. The box. Okay. Yeah. You have elephant at the bottom of the deck. A long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. Okay, I am getting a little bit of a learning curve here for you, Sagittarius, because I feel like there's something here where this may be a pattern that has been very ingrained for you. And so changing this pattern does take some work, right? Like learning how to do something new again, right? Like, especially because it's coming through as being, you're not learning a new skill. What it is that you are doing, it feels like you're learning how to do a skill that you thought you already knew in a better way. And that can be harder than learning a new skill entirely because you have to relearn things. And so it involves forgetting what you knew from the past. Like changing a habit can be difficult because that habit has already been established. That's how it's feeling. And so there is a little bit of like maybe you need help with that, or and I feel like there is someone that, okay, so it's coming through as they're at a distance from you. A distant friend is thinking of you. So they're thinking of you, but they're at a distance. I feel like this friend is going to help you with this, and it's going to magnify and multiply exponentially, I want to say. Because the frog is what's giving me this energy. I was watching this reel on Instagram of, I think it was a toad or something. It was a frog. I think it was a frog. But anyways, a man noticed that a frog was living in like the post of a fence by his house or whatever. And so he 3D printed this frog a little house to go on the post. But the frog was not using it. It took him a while to adjust to that. And then with comments from people, this man modified the house, made improvements to it, and then started adding all of these like additions to the house. It's such a, I don't know. It feels very random, but I feel like it's something like that for you, Sagittarius, where it's like, anyways, and then this whole like 3D printed house for this wild frog, like it wasn't living in his house, it was outside. And then within, I don't know how long this took, but probably within months, this frog had, like, this man had created a whole ecosystem for this frog and created all of these conditions for the frog to grow. Like, it ended up having, like multiplying, right? It had babies in this little pond that the man had built for it. Like, it just multiplied exponentially. This is what I'm seeing for you, Sagittarius, where you're this frog and there's a distant friend. I want to say that, I don't know if this is a guide for you. It could be. For some of you, it's a physical person, especially if you have wealth, where, again, this person does feel kind of like they're at a distance. They're not necessarily, like, right beside you, is how it's coming through. But their assistance is helping you to, like, it's like they're building you a house, right? Metaphorically, whatever that is. You're receiving some sort of gift, perhaps in a material way, that allows you to expand. But for some reason, it's kind of like a man, like that man who gives the frog these additions to the house, but he's not necessarily there, like, taking the frog indoors, giving him like, you know what I mean? Not taking the frog out of its natural habitat, not interfering in a way that would be like too, like, I don't know, it is interference in that way, but it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of coming through as like a benefactor, but at a distance. You're receiving positive benefit from this friend, whoever it is, but they're not right up next to you, is how it's coming through. It's like allowing you to live your life, but also giving you the tools that you need in order to multiply this, is how that's feeling. Okay, can I get some tarot cards? I don't know, Sagittarius. Again, I feel like this hasn't quite happened yet, or that you're in this energy here of this sort of like not sadness necessarily, but you may be like looking back on your life with this sort of like lens of oh, maybe not, I don't know. But just trying to do things differently, right? That's how it's coming through. Anyways, King of Pentacles is your first card out. Interesting. Is that the friend? That feels like the friend. At a distance. 9 of Cups, yeah. Eight of Cups. I do feel like you're walking away from something. Like it is coming through with this message of like you're changing habits, you're doing something that's really beneficial for you, walking away from something that's no longer serving you. Perhaps you're changing some sort of negative habit that you have. The Star, yeah, healing. 9 of Swords. Okay. Yeah, there may be some anxiety, especially with the Spear, right? Like heartache over what you no longer have. It's coming through as being sort of like that period of uncertainty, right? Like with the calcification card, frustration and anger can be part of this process where it's like, you know that you can't do things the way that you had been doing them, but the uncertainty in between where the new thing hasn't quite solidified yet can be frustrating, and it can cause anxiety, right? Like it is feeling a bit like having to sit with uncertainty. Four of Swords. But just be patient with that, because with the Four of Swords, that does talk about integrating the truth, especially after the Three of Swords. I'm also kind of getting this energy of past experiences. You know, those experiences from the past that we all like have like ruminate about, like either something that was embarrassing or something that you wish you had done differently, or like the moments of regret of like, why did I say that? Why did I do that? Kind of thing. And I feel like there is something about that where it's like you're looking back at those moments and then finally understanding the truth, because I feel like there's something here where past experiences of this maybe a maladaptive pattern, right, with the fly and the hand and all of that, caused hardship or difficulty, and just understanding what that is or why that happened. And that could also be something that you are ruminating about, right? Like, but I don't know. It might be part of the integration process, but just make sure it doesn't, you know, linger too long. You have here the Chariot and the Tower. And that's coming out on the friend side. You have 3 swords at the bottom of the deck. This other may be going through Tower moment as well here. But it's like, what I'm seeing here, the way that it's facing on the table, is that they're moving away from a tower towards you. That's how it's coming through. What's this Tower? 10 of Wands, putting down some sort of burden. 5 of Wands, okay. And the 10 of Swords, wow, okay. That's the Tower energy that this other is going through. It looks like it's going through some sort of ending with a group of others is just how it's feeling, and then moving towards you. I feel like this could also be your energy as well, Sagittarius. It was just coming through as another just because of the dog far away, but it could be a guide who's also helping you to do this. I'm getting like a meeting in the middle, though. If this side is resonating with you, it's a guide that's helping you to do this, to move away from something. Yeah, the World in the middle. A guide who's helping you to move away from something that feels kind of like other people's expectations of you that are not serving your highest good, is how it's feeling with the 9 of Cups. Like, people expecting things of you, people putting burdens of you on you that are not your responsibility, and are actually keeping you from reaching your fullest potential here with the World, or that this other person is going through that, is how it's coming through. Like, they're moving away from other people's expectations of them that are not serving them. The World, though, coming through here is this like culmination. And the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck, yeah. Okay, Sagittarius. It feels like a really positive, good news energy. But again, it may take a little while for this energy to like fully settle in, because there's this sort of like cleaning up the energy of the past or something like that, and fully integrating it, and then removing what's not serving you, right? Like, that kind of thing takes a bit of time, and to go slowly, right? Like, no sharp turns for the next little while is how it's coming through. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. If this reading resonates with you, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.